God dang, that's a good show.
Yeah, it is. Without a doubt. For sure. Where's Scruff?
Oh, hey, I am at the top of the screen. That ain't right. Where's Scruff?
Where's Scruff?
I'm usually, down there, buried below the image.
Mm-hmm. I think he's
He gone loony.
He's gone a little loony. So, yep. All right, we'll just get into the show because we could rag on him, but we're going to do that during the whole show anyway.
You got it.
And the chat is already jumping, so
rock on, friends.
Right on. So let's get this rolling.
And now, on with the show.
Time for bladder check. 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 Wait. Screw it. I'm holding it.
It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Back again.
Brown Squadron.
Tell a friend.
Podcasting, the final audio frontier. These are the legends of Brown Squadron.
Our computer is picking up a strange signal. Here, sir, you better take a look at it.
The ongoing mission? To explore the Star Wars universe and other nerd culture topics. To seek new content and new cantinas, bars, and lounges. To boldly annoy Scruffy by making too many bad jokes. Welcome to the Hyperspace Heroes Podcast.
All right, and welcome to Hyperspace Heroes. This is Brown Leader signing in. All wing report in.
Brown 4 is the only wing.
Yeah, Scruffy will not be joining us tonight. Scruffy is on special assignment again and going a little loony. So I think for this year, I'm getting him a Star Wars themed padded vest or padded straight jacket for Christmas. But yeah, episode 146, 171 on the Spotchka scale. And I think I had my first bit of proof that Mr. Spotchka himself is still online, just not under his old moniker.
Oh, really?
I think he's still around. I've seen a certain account that I was just already following for some reason. And every once in a while, it just makes a certain statement or something that I'm like, And then it sounds like he rejoined the 501st possibly, and is because there's a profile picture and it looked a lot like him in the profile picture. But anyway, Spotchka, we miss you.
Yeah, we do.
So before we get too far into the show, I have to read this statement. And this is a result from last week's show. So last week in episode 145, I made statements that could have been deemed offensive about the state of Ohio, and therefore I apologize to all of our listeners and viewers that may have been offended by my comments. We truly value, most of the time, our Ohio fans, and we really hope that you understand this was done in jest. Ohio fans are the best, and we love you very much. May the force be with you. But we like Pennsylvania more. Anyway, just wanted to...
Somebody got the HR or what? What's going on here?
No, we had a lot of fun last week, and we had a lot of fun last week, just goofing around. And anybody that's a longtime listener knows we make fun of ourselves first and foremost before anybody else. But we love our fans. We love everybody. We were having fun. There's anybody that lives in Michigan and Ohio understands the humor. We tease each other, we dog each other all the time. That's just it's a Michigan, Ohio thing. And so, but no, that's just a little comedy bit. But
hey, I've got family that lives in Ohio. I mean, of course, they were exiled from Michigan, but you know,
exiled Michiganders go to Ohio. Interesting. But speaking of Ohio, DB, you were just recently there.
Yeah, I spent 3 days in Ohio this week. So, you know, who am I to complain? And let's start off with, I visited 2 Ollies while I was in Ohio.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's one in Sandusky where I was, which they didn't have diddly squat unless you wanted a retro Riva or a retro Fifth Brother. And then we stopped and had lunch in Toledo, and Brownie 4 sitting across the table says, "There's an Ollie's across the street." I had no idea, but you know, after lunch, you'd know where we had to go.
Yeah. Right
and of course, they had a plethora of Riva and Fifth Brother, and a whole bunch of young Jedi adventure stuff. And I was kind of disappointed, but you know, hey, I got to go to an Ollie's for the first time in forever.
They should, you know, if they should create a special Clone Wars post Rebels episode standalone where they show somebody cloning Rivas and Fifth Brothers in a special episode just to try to bolster the toy sales.
Right.
And then somebody could army build based on that episode.
Yeah, I was disappointed, but I had to check them out. So, yeah, and I took some stickers with me, and nobody approached me while I was at Cedar Point. I mean, there was probably only 10,000 people in the amusement park, but yeah, I don't know if any of our listeners are familiar with Cedar Point, but it's a gigantic amusement park in Ohio. They have 18 roller coasters, and roller coasters are a passion of mine, and I've kind of passed that on to Brownie 4. And now that she's tall enough to get on all these roller coasters, she wanted to go there for the first time. Excuse me. And I had worked there way back in the 90s.
Nice.
So it's a very familiar place to me, but man, has it grown.
That just gives me, you know, if we ever come up with another segment, we've got the perfect name for it now, which is DB's Thrill Ride.
And that'll have to go on DB After Dark, won't it?
DB After Dark. Right.
No, but it's a great amusement park if that's what you're into, and roller coasters are a passion of mine, and we have none near us. So my 14-year-old and I went to Cedar Point, and we rode every roller coaster imaginable. But they have this one called Top Thrill 2.
Oh.
And if you're not familiar with it,
yeah.
It's got a giant spike and then a huge U shape, and then it goes up into what they call a top hat over 400 feet. So, and it's run by linear induction, which is just a bunch of magnets shooting you. Mm-hmm. So they launch you down this straightaway at 74 miles an hour, and you go up this tower about 100 feet, and then they free fall back down until you hit that launch pad again. And then they shoot you in reverse up the back spike about 300 feet, and you're facing straight down.
Oh, my.
And then you free fall again until you hit that launch system. And then they shoot you at 120 miles an hour, straight up 400 feet, and over the top hat spinning on the way down.
Oh.
The whole ride lasts about 58 seconds.
Wow.
And we had ridden everything else. And my daughter's like, "Do you want to ride this?" And I'm like, "I've ridden with Scruffy. Nothing can scare me." So, no, it's truly terrifying at 120 miles an hour. I thought my contacts were going to blow out of my eyes.
That's crazy.
But that was my Ohio adventure this week, and it was fun. And we were welcome in Ohio. Of course, we didn't advertise that we were from Michigan. So.
Right, right. And now that we are in a maturing age bracket, how are you feeling after the trip?
I was actually good with the 400 feet straight up and down, but some of the other roller coasters that flip and twirl and spin, and one of them, we got lucky enough to ride twice in a row because there was no line.
Mm-hmm.
I came off there kind of queasy. I'm not 25 years old anymore, and I used to be able to ride these things endlessly. And
Right.
yeah, and the 14-year-old's like, let's do it again, and I'm like, let's sit down.
Dad needs a break.
Dad needs a break, but
Just a short break.
But we spent 2 days doing this, and we rode roller coasters over and over and over, and
Awesome.
I kind of missed
awesome. That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
very cool. Speaking of thrill rides, let's jump into the chat. And so we actually had some chat going on before the show even started.
Yeah.
So Delphi Rangers and Carbonites bringing the game early tonight. Yeah, let's start farming that XP. And that's funny. I'm going to talk about something related to XP in here in just a second. But Carbonites are betting that $10 that Brown Leader reads this message. And you are correct.
You're a winner, Carbonites.
You are a winner. And then we've Delphi Rangers, we've invited our friends to join us. Welcome to anyone new. Feel free to jump in the chat. We don't bite too hard. We promise not to focus on Ohio this episode. So
we already have.
Yep. We are Maul Shadow Collective from Carbonites. Delphi, Vincent is Maul. The friends are the collective. Delphi said Hybrid might still be shoveling gravel with his dad. You gotta do the fun stuff. DB takes his daughter to Cedar Point, and Hybrid's dad makes him shovel gravel. So, it sounds like a Pennsylvania thing, actually. Carbonite said, "You could pass for a sexy Paul Bettany."
You saying Paul Bettany's not sexy?
No, he is. Or Balin, not in the collective, but Carbonite's scruffy late 2 weeks in a row. I should have bet $10 on that and said, no, you would have lost that one. As we said, he is not going to be on tonight. He is on special assignment. We're tiny, we're toony, we're all a little loony. That is absolutely correct.
Now I can't get that song out of my head.
We're toony. And then at least we're still flying half a ship. Yes. Carbonite.
2/3 of a ship.
Right. My favorite moment in Brown Squadron history, you are not forgiven. And nor did, if you listen to my statement, I don't think I asked for forgiveness. But the Delphi Rangers, you two fought a war over Toledo, for crying out loud. Yes, we did.
And we won because Ohio got Toledo.
And with that, you have been watching.
Yeah, we got Detroit. So what can we say?
Yeah, that's true. Retro Reeve and Fifth Brother would fit in your Kenner play sets.
Yeah, they would. You're not wrong.
And then Carbonite sounds like a heart attack waiting to happen. We're probably talking about the Cedar Point.
Yeah.
So yeah, welcome to the show. Any new listeners, you're welcome to jump in tonight. We're going to be talking about a fun topic. But right before we jump into that, something that I've been doing, not having quite the theme park experience that DB did, but I've been playing around with, AI is the thing nowadays, and every AI, and having done that recent episode with Margaret Weiss, and I've been reaching out to other D&D authors and everything, it got me just kind of wondering. And I don't have a lot of time to get into any play groups. I got life to live, things here at the house, work, all that kind of stuff. But I'd seen something one time where there's like AI generated role-playing games, and I was like, oh, what is that? And so I looked up a few, and so I've been dabbling with that in terms of AI. So I did find one that had like a Star Wars universe where you could role play. So I was playing as a Mandalorian for a while, a Mandalorian bounty hunter, and that was fun. It was mostly narrative, so not really any dice rolling as much, and it was fun. I was having a time, and I was actually getting really far into the story. Except it got to the point where the AI was just starting to it wasn't making sense. It was changing the story on me, changing the locations of places, distance traveled. And then all of a sudden I kept going down security corridors and security corridors and security corridors and security corridors. And the AI was definitely not listening. So I finally quit that one because I could only go down so many security corridors, unlike Corn Pop. But
I was wondering if this AI was writing for Lucasfilm or something.
that sure could have been. But I've been playing some actual more like Dungeons and Dragons style, and it's been kind of fun. So I've been playing the free versions too, which they limit of course, everything's out there to make money. So you can do a subscription where you can have unlimited turns. The free one limits your turns, and then you have to wait so long before you get more turns. And I found that's much more conducive to my lifestyle anyway, because I'll do a little bit and then I move on with my day. And but yeah, an effective use of AI. I'm bettering the world by jumping into a hidden world away from everybody else and ignoring the rest of the world. So that's kind of what I've been up to. But big news today, Star Wars Starfighter announced their cast, and they released a still shot, and which is just a nice shot, I thought. And Ryan Gosling and co-star, that is Flynn Gray, next to him in that picture, and looking like they're sitting on the hood of a speeder. And but yeah, good looking shot. They announced the principal cast for the movie, and it includes, of course, Ryan Gosling, Amy Adams from Man of Steel and other things, Mia Goth, Matt Smith, which I thought was interesting because
who?
Who?
Ah, see what I did there? Yeah.
Scruffy would be proud. I don't know if you know, DB, but there's rumors. There's some people claiming that he absolutely shot scenes for The Rise of Skywalker as a younger Palpatine. And at one point he was listed in, I think, the credits, people say. I don't know for sure. So back when they were doing the sequels, there was a bunch of buzz about him being a younger Palpatine. But Matt Smith, great actor. I'm sure he's going to do great in the film. Aaron Pierre, which I thought, I've seen some trailers of some movies he's in that looked interesting, but going through his catalog, what I found especially interesting was he was the voice of Mufasa in the live action Lion King.
Really?
Yeah. And you know who else was the original voice of Mufasa? And was
wait, I've heard of this guy. Hang on. Something Jones.
Yeah,
that guy
from right here in Michigan. But anyway, I thought, okay, he's the voice of Mufasa now. James Earl Jones was the voice. I want, and I'm like, are they gonna do something with Vader? But that's a stretch. But I just want to throw that out into the cosmic universe, that there's a parallel there. And then Daniel Ings, Simon Bird, Flynn Gray is mentioned, and then Jamel Westman. And and that they've started filming principal photography. So
now Flynn is the young kid, right?
Yes.
And I just want to say, what a cool name. I've only known two people named Flynn, and one of them a fictional character, and the other one we met at ICCC. So that's a great name.
Yeah. I guess he's in that Wednesday show about Wednesday from the Addams Family.
I've not seen that show. I am just so not into caught up to things.
I finished Silo on Apple. I caught up to where Silo is, and I've read all the books, so I wasn't in a hurry. But they have another series that I just started, and it's called Murderbot, and it's a comedy. It's a half-hour comedy, sci-fi comedy, and I'm okay with it. I'm enjoying it. It's quirky.
Sci-fi comedy. Is it live action or animated?
Live action, yeah.
Really?
And it's got one of the Skarsgårds in it as the Murderbot himself, and it's not quite what I expected, because I didn't really watch anything about it. I just happened to see a trailer one time, and had some time the other day here at home and figured I'd watch an episode. And it's got Alexander Skarsgård in it, and he was wasn't he? Look back through here. No, it was his brother that was Pennywise, wasn't it? There's so many Skarsgårds.
Oh,
it's hard
yeah.
to, you know,
Skarsgårds, Mickelsons, these are huge families of thespians.
they are absolutely. And but yeah, Murderbot, checking it out, and definitely gonna be interesting. I think I'm gonna enjoy it. So
And this is on Apple. Is that a correct statement?
yes, absolutely. Sorry, I'm just something preoccupied me. But anyway, yeah, so Starfighter casting, it's interesting. Yeah, I can't wait to see more. From it.
I'm gonna have to. I think one of the kids has Apple TV. I might have to pirate it since they're all on my Hulu. So, what's this? The Delphi Rangers are saying about Matt Smith?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Hybrid toy reviews. Oh, pardon my lateness. Project cars don't buy themselves. Right on, Hybrid.
All right, maybe not.
Welcome to the show. I bet AI could make some really good carbonite cases. No, I think there's only one person that can make true carbonite cases. Will you stream your AI RPG on Twitch? No, it's not. It's a narrative style. It's not like video and graphics and anything like that. It's actually just narrative. So I do it on my phone, and it gives me some narrative of what's going on, and it says, "What will you do?" And I type responses, and there's things on there to roll dice and all that. I think the two that I'm playing the most are AIrealm.com, and there's another one called Friends and Fables that I'm doing a samurai style fantasy adventure in that one. But Carbonites, I'm cooked. Hybrid, I met Matt Smith at Motor City a couple years back. Super cool guy and a great doctor. Yes, and
yeah, he was a great doctor.
Delphi Rangers, I posited Matt Smith would. I'm positive Matt Smith would play the son of Luke at the end. He would claim the name Palpatine, and I'm amped for Starfighter. It's going to be fun. Right on. I'm looking forward to it. I think that it'll have the additional benefit of bringing non-fans into the theater to see a Star Wars. I think Ryan Gosling will definitely
he's going to bring a certain demographic.
He will, for sure. And not afraid to say it, Notebook was a good film. But the wife and I both enjoyed that many years ago. But yeah, we'll see what it ends up being. But
you like the Notebook because it had James Garner.
Yes,
it was Jim Rockford. See, it all ties together somehow.
That's true. That's very true.
No, the Notebook actually for a chick flick is pretty darn good.
Yeah, it is definitely a quality film. So, Delphi Rangers, will the trailer show Gosling shirtless?
Man, I hope so.
And then unboxing. Hey, welcome unboxing. Welcome to the show. I'll save that for Collection Corner. But let's jump into the topic for tonight, which is
how great is DB?
Right, exactly. Our top 3 favorite things about DB on tonight's show. All right, now we're on to Collection Corner.
Ouch.
So, what we thought we'd have a little fun tonight and talk about our top 3 lightsaber duels that each of us like. And I do have a Scruffy's list here, with the one caveat that there's a couple of rules to this, and I want people to chime in too. It's outside of the OT, so you can't count anything from the original 3 movies, because obviously I knew that for me, DB, and Scruffy, Empire or Return of the Jedi was going to be in the top 3 list, right? For me, Empire is where it's at, but I'm also a person that believes that sometimes you don't count the originals measure the originals because they are the original, and
They are the measuring stick.
they are the measuring stick, right? So it's what people did after what broke the clay, what broke the mold, that you rank. And so I don't really I wanted to jump outside of the OT, and so this is anything animated, live action, and it has to be a duel. The other rule is that it had to be a duel. It couldn't be Vader going all boss daddy on Reva and schooling her in Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is great. Love it. Absolutely love it. Couldn't be the hallway scene in Rogue One with Vader going tearing everybody up. Luke at the end of season 2 of Mando. It needed to be opponents fighting lightsabers. And like I said, it could be animated, it could be live action, streaming, movies, just nothing from the OT. So the original 3 films. And then, so how do we want to read like our number 3 or no, start with number 1? How do you want to do it, DB?
I say we start with number 3 and work our way up. I have an honorable mention because I had to split hairs. Before
we get into it, and this was sorry, Delphi Rangers hit it. This was the actually 3rd rule that I put in place because of me, because I would have jumped right to this one. For me,
Yep.
and Delphi sees me posted all the time on social. No Yoda versus R2. No, I'm afraid not. Because that anytime somebody on social media says, "What's your favorite Star Wars duel?" and they don't specifically say lightsabers, that's what I post.
That's the answer
GIF.
right there.
I post the GIF of Yoda and R2 because honestly, that is the best. But I knew I would default to that, and I didn't want to default to that tonight, so I had to force myself to think, outside of that. Delphi Rangers OT lightsaber duels are mid. Without those duels, there wouldn't be the other duels, and that's why I don't like to rank those.
Well, let me throw something in here because we're probably of a different generation than some of the folks we're dealing with here. Episode 4. That's a pretty lame duel, and we'll talk about that later. But it was a distraction to let Luke escape.
Mm-hmm.
Empire was a psychological duel because Vader could have just, schooled Luke.
Yep.
And Jedi was a psychological duel the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
So they weren't all out battle, winner takes all, life and death.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So were they mid? Yeah, they were also done in a different era. So, pre-Crossing Tiger.
Choreography was different. Special effects were limited. Budget was limited. Time, So I mean, they're definitely. But for me, the most iconic shot in Star Wars to me is Luke and Vader up on that riser in Bespin, and you see Vader's sword open. And that to me is the most, and Luke's already got his open and Vader's opens, and you see it from behind Luke. To me, that in that whole fight, because it's just, and I'm going to be biased because I was 6 years old. It blew my whole mind. And without that duel, without that movie, I wouldn't be sitting here right now talking.
Right.
Right. But anyway, Delphi Rangers, Vader gives Reva back half her blade. It was definitely a duel. That's true. That's very true. Unboxing. Well, gosh darn it. Any lightsaber duel in the Acolyte was just totally awesome. Yeah. Trying to stir up the pot there. Actually one of those almost made my list. Almost. But let's see.
Well, I know Scruffy has an honorable mention too.
His honorable mention was Han versus the Dead Tauntaun. It was his honorable mention. So, and he admits, yes, it's in the OT, but it's still an epic. So that's his version of R2 and Yoda for me is Han and the Dead Tauntaun. But let's see. We'll probably start with, he didn't put these in order, so I will read. I'll just start with his list. He lists, of course, Duel of the Fates. Phantom Menace, Maul versus Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon. So we'll list that one as first. Obviously, epic. The music, the choreography, the fighting. You can't go wrong with having that duel on his list. The DB, let's go with your number 3.
My number 3, and I had to, boy, it hurt me to discard. My honorable mention would have been Ahsoka versus Maul, season 7 of Clone Wars.
Another that almost made my list as well.
Yeah, and it pains me to remove that because that's a great battle. And I'm going to go with something very unpopular here. I enjoy Kylo Ren versus Rey in Rise of Skywalker.
Really?
Just because of the epic scope of them fighting on the former surface of the Death Star.
Okay.
Even if it gets a little bit ridiculous with some of the flips and twists. But that's the turning point for Kylo Ren / Ben. Okay. And then we get the battle followed up with the Han Solo.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to call it?
Yeah.
The dream, the vision, the whatever.
The Force Ghost, not Force Ghost thing.
Yeah. I think that was a really well done battle, and it had the crazy aspect of all that splashing water that we've not seen in a fight before.
Mm-hmm.
So, unpopular. Was the movie the best? No, but I really enjoy that lightsaber duel.
I will give them credit in the choreography of that one. I've heard before where they purposely tried to with the swinging of the sabers. They didn't go prequel style action. They went something more reminiscent of the OT. Where it's more just slashing and bashing.
A lot of two-handed on the lightsaber.
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. So I will give them a little credit on that fight for that. My third was, and my list is, these are not the most technically challenging or flashy duels, but there's things about them that I just truly love. And for my number 3, I listed Ahsoka versus Baylan in the Ahsoka show, their first fight, the one at the temple. And I just rewatched it the other day, and there's one or two parts that are just a little cringe in it, but for the most part, what I really appreciated about that fight was 2 things. One, the start of the fight, you see 2 styles, and anyone that has listened to us long enough, follows us long enough, know that the whole Japanese influence of Star Wars is huge for me. I absolutely love the whole Kurosawa samurai influence in Star Wars, and so that's why I'm a big fan of Visions and the things like the Ronin. And that fight, when you look at their fighting styles, Ahsoka goes samurai esque in the start of her fight, and Baylan is this huge Teutonic knight, medieval knight, in his approach to the fight. And during the fight, what I really appreciated, and I'm going to throw this in because Adelphi is correct on this. Ahsoka versus Marok is very samurai-esque. Yes, that is as well, absolutely as well. And that's a not far behind this fight for me as well. But I loved the clashing styles, and then I loved how Baylan and how their roles reversed. You're thinking Ahsoka, okay, Ahsoka's finally facing Baylan. Oh my gosh, Ahsoka's gonna take it to Baylan, and it's just gonna, and it shows it created Baylan into the, oh my God, he's badass persona that he had been developing during the show. And right there, by going toe-to-toe with Ahsoka and in all intent killing her, because he used emotion against her. He actually controlled his emotion and actually channeled. Here's what a master Baylan was in that fight. He channeled his anger effectively, his emotion effectively, to provoke hers to where she lost control.
Yeah.
And she lost the fight because of that. And so the psychological part of that fight as well is one of the reasons that I was like, that's just it ever since I've seen that fight, it's just had that kind of impression on me.
And that's one of the things that made Balin such an effective villain.
Mm-hmm. 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 Even
I mean,
just that first line, when she ignites the saber first, he's like, predictable, and it was like, and it was just, and he's slow to draw, he's in control. It shows just what a master of his abilities
right.
and his persona he is. And definitely gonna miss Ray, seeing him in season 2, and I hope his replacement does a good fill-in for that. But a couple comments we got really quick during it. Carbonite's unbelievable that none of you have Ray versus Luke with a stick in your list. Yeah. And to Scruffy's honorable mention, I thought they smelled bad on the outside, right? Where's my chat? Here we go. Okay. So, well, gosh, we already saw that one. Hybrid toys. While not the flashiest of duels, Anakin giving Ahsoka a final lesson in her show had some amazing cinematography. The lighting flash silhouetting Vader around Anakin gives me chills every time. Not wrong.
Not wrong.
Not wrong.
Some of the best stuff of that series was that episode. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And, a lot of people knocked what they did with the whole background of the Clone Wars battle, where you don't see a lot and it's more in that shadow, or it's more in that fog and that mist. But I liked that. I thought, one, what an effective way to control your production costs, but two, it gave it more that dreamlike.
Yeah. I thought it gave it the dreamlike quality.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And then Carbonite's DB, you're my favorite. The Return of Skywalker fight is so cool. Hybrid Toys DB has a sequel, and as a sequel enjoyer, I think you're dead on. Easily one of the best fights of the saga. Eldefa Rangers, that's my number 3 too. I think he's talking about my number 3 because he followed up with the Ahsoka versus Marak comment. Ahsoka versus Balin was a good duel. And yeah, okay. So number 2.
Number 2. What's Scruffy got?
So, a good one, a really good one, actually. Again, there's so many that could have made the list, but we had to limit. The rule was you got to limit it to 3. Let's not, Rebels Ahsoka versus Vader in the Sith Temple.
Oh,
yes, in Rebels. And that is another good fight.
I would have to go back and rewatch that one.
That's another one that can make, and like your runner-up that you mentioned, DB, about the end of Clone Wars season 7. Yeah, that one, that's an epic fight. And they put so much into that fight because they live motion captured it with Ray Park. And I forget the actress name that played Ahsoka in the suit to do the choreography. But that is an amazing fight for sure.
Yeah.
But your number 2.
My number 2, and again, I'm going to subvert expectations here. Not a popular opinion. But basically, I think it's episode 4 of The Acolyte, where the whole episode is a lengthy lightsaber battle. It's the one where we get 3-hole punch Jekki, and Yord gets taken down, and Chimere. I mean, what a threatening villain! I mean, he just takes everybody down, and Master Soul. I mean, just. I just rewatched it before we went live here tonight, because it's so good, and the colors, because it's all done at night. You see all these brilliant colors. There's lost lightsabers. There's damaged lightsabers, and it just goes on for the whole episode. And I think the choreography was fantastic on that one.
Yeah, again, that was another one that that was the one I mentioned that almost made my list. And I think that episode name was Night, I think.
Yes.
But Yeah, it is a ferocious fight. And I remember when we watched it, I was pretty jazzed up by that fight. I really did thoroughly enjoy that fight because they were doing things in that fight that you don't see. And they with his helmet being made of the I'm blanking on the material now. What was that?
I don't remember what it's called, but it keeps the Jedi from reading his mind.
Yes. Now I'm
Cortosis.
Cortosis, that's what it was. Yes. Thank you, Delphi Rangers. But yeah, truly a great fight. You got to see things like there's those 3 Jedi standing in a row and he stabs all 3. I mean, deflecting the shots with his helmet. I mean, just everything. 3-hole punch Jeckie. That was a good little tussle right there. And then when Saul is horrified and he's like, Jeckie, and he's like, oh, was that its name? I mean, it established Chimere. It established Chimere as such a badass. And
yeah, he wouldn't even refer to his opponent as a living creature. Just that's its name.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Whoa. And what makes Chimere threatening to me is he looks so thin and frail.
Mm-hmm. Until you saw that gun show he had.
Until you saw that gun show and you're like, this guy's badass.
Oh
what
my
the
God.
heck?
Darth gun show. Great fight. Number 2 for me, and this is an emotional one for me because I still get goosebumps every time. And it's Yoda and Dooku in Attack of the Clones. And sitting there in the theater, and I'm getting goosebumps even now just thinking about it. To see Yoda walk into the room, pull open his Jedi robe, and the lightsaber goes to his hand.
He's all John Wayne about this.
And he ignites it, and you're like, we'd never seen Yoda. We'd never thought we would see Yoda doing this. And I don't care that it was CGI. I don't care. To see it, just that scene right there, and obviously they had to film it the way they did because Christopher Lee is in his 70s at that point, and you do a lot of cut shots and all that. And, but for me, that duel still has an impact to me to this day, just because, I got goosebumps now, just thinking about it.
Well, the thing about the prequels is we had never seen the Jedi in their heyday. And then we get episode 1,
Mm-hmm.
and that was an amazing battle. And then episode 2, that 90-second fight blew us away. And then, of course, they had to top that with episode 3. Okay, we've already seen Yoda dancing around by the time he fought Sidious. You're right. Episode 2 was like, what? This 900-year-old dude is doing this?
Yep. Just in the theater, I remember the energy in the theater to this day. Because when that lightsaber hit that hand, the theater just erupted. I mean, it just blew our minds because none of us knew this was coming, and just to have that, it was just amazing, just absolutely amazing. It was.
I nearly put that one on my list. That's a good.
Yeah.
Good fight.
All right, we'll go jump back to the comments. What's that?
Delphi.
Was it? He didn't look a day over 850. Yeah.
No, he was looking good.
So we'll put Delphi Rangers Saul versus Chimere.
Yeah.
At the end.
Are we talking about the end of the Acolyte?
I think so.
Because that one's so emotional.
I actually kind of liked his fight at the end of Night better with Saul personally, but and I'll tell you what. The fight with Saul and Chimere at the end. Although there was a really cool when he has his different parts of his sabers flying through the air, was pretty cool. But unfortunately, what I can't get past in that fight scene was it felt like it was filmed in a small room. And they tried to disguise it with all the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon type stuff. The choreography itself was really good, but and I really enjoyed watching the one twin bleed the crystals. I thought that was pretty cool. After
That
the
is a
fight,
good
I
episode,
thought that
yeah.
was pretty good. But anyway, before that, but between Saul and Chimera, it just felt small to
Yeah.
me. And and Leslie did not do herself any benefit by saying, well, no, actually Leslie's comments were not wrong, because she was saying they were trying to do something better than Duel of the Fates, right? Or the fight at the end of Revenge of the Sith. She was trying to outdo that. Every creator, every filmmaker, every storyteller should strive to do better. So I don't knock her for that one bit. You should strive to do better than Revenge of the Sith. You should strive to do better than Duel of the Fates. You should strive to do the best Jedi dual lightsaber you can, right? That you want that. But to me, it came down to the same thing that always goes on my list when I tick off things, the negatives about Acolyte, which there are not a lot. It's just the production value. The production value felt small for me in that fight, and I just can't get over that, unfortunately. I do like Night better. Night felt at least a little bit bigger in scale.
Yeah, I considered the Soul versus Chimera at the end as one of my favorites, but Night, even though again it was filmed on a soundstage, I kind of get the same feeling we get with that War Between Worlds from Ahsoka, where you see just enough to be established. You're in an immense forest.
Yeah.
And they pulled it off nicely.
Yeah.
So that's why I chose 3-hole punch Jackie, for lack of a better term. That's what I call that fight.
No, that's what we call her.
Yeah.
Right. A hybrid Matt Latner's voice coming from the broken helmet breaks me every time. Absolutely. Yeah. Going back to Scruffy's number 2. Cortosis, and then all right. So we're gonna do number 1 for Scruffy. And okay. His so this other one is, and again, I might have them in reverse order. I might have been doing 1, 2, 3.
Hey, we're just spurring discussion anyway.
Obi from the Obi-Wan show, Vader versus Obi-Wan. He has that on his list. And I'm guessing he means the final fight, not the one part way where they're trying to escape.
Where Vader tries to drag Obi-Wan into the fire to show him the same pain he felt.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'll pick this up because that was also what I chose as number 1, was the final duel from the Obi-Wan series. Because, a little while ago I referenced the episode 4 with Old Man Kenobi and Old Man Vader, the slow fight, and there wasn't much to it. This one from the Kenobi show was what that could have been, and we finally got it.
Oh yeah.
And because it's the taunting, and Obi-Wan had just found out that Vader is Anakin, and Vader pulls the same thing, I will face him alone, and goes down to the planet alone, when they could have just blown Obi-Wan out of the sky.
Yep.
And the way it was filmed, there's just something with the brilliance of the lightsabers in this one.
Mm-hmm.
They're more vibrant than a lot of other battles. And then when they start doing close-ups and you see the colors swirling around Vader's reflection in his helmet, and the color, you even see it in Obi-Wan's eyes, and I'm sure these are digital tricks, but what a great fight. And then when they're throwing rocks and creating holes in the ground, and this reminds me of that YouTube AI bit that was made a few years ago of what episode 4's lightsaber battle could have been. You ever seen that version? Yeah, that's what this was to me. And then when Obi-Wan cracks Vader's helmet and we see Anakin's face under there, that's when the emotion hits for this one. That's why this is my number 1 non-OT fight.
Right on. I get that. Totally get that. Okay, so for number one for me, actually going animated on this one, and it is from Rebels, and it is the final fight between Kenobi and Maul. And
Oh, yeah.
that to me is my absolute favorite duel. And I have always loved that duel since I first saw it, because of the simplicity.
Yeah.
You talk about anything out of a Kurosawa film, that is something that would have come out of a Kurosawa film. And I think that's very on purpose, obviously. And then long before I heard, a couple of years ago, Sam Witwer did he talked about that scene and put more context behind it. And that just took it up even higher in rank for me. I mean, including OT, that is still a top 3 duel for me.
Yeah.
Because I think it's just perfect. I think that duel is just perfect. And what a way for the final end of Maul. And they have that brief dialogue afterwards, and the fact that Obi-Wan goes from his stance, then goes into Qui-Gon's stance to trigger Maul, and Maul then assuming that he is going to make the same mistake as his master, because he's ruled by emotion, but Obi-Wan knows that he knows that and is in perfect control of himself. Again, Balin, he was the Balin of that fight.
I'm seeing themes repeat here with you.
Right. Yeah. Well, but I think it's a perfect fight. It's short. You watch any Kurosawa film, his duels are not drawn out duels. They're very concise because they're measured. True duels are measured. They're very efficient, and you're just looking for that one mistake and the fight is over.
Right.
And to me, it's just, I absolutely love that one.
Yeah, that wasn't even on my radar, but man, now that you bring it up.
Carbonites, we have the same number 1 Brown Leader. Right on. Great minds. R2 versus Maul would be interesting. From Adelphi. Hybrid Toys, wild that it's your favorite duel, yet it remains unmade in Carbonites. Ooh.
Challenge
right there. Impossible to make it with 6 characters. Is the response to it. Does Rey and Kylo plus the Praetorians count? Yeah, I would, I think so.
I used to think that was the saving grace for that movie, because I'm not a fan of Last Jedi. But then when I found the disappearing blade, it ruins that whole scene for me.
Is that all you see now?
That's all I see now.
Oh, that's too bad.
It is too bad because, there's the great bit where Snoke gets cut in half and his body just goes on the ground.
Yeah,
so that's great. And I do enjoy the end with projection Luke and Kylo. But the Praetorian Guard thing, it just, man, when that blade just disappears, just ruin that fight for me.
I would call that that fight would suffice in the sense of a duel. Yes, I think, because you've got opponents. Yes, it's not 2 lightsabers against 2 lightsabers. You've got 2 people fighting in tandem against a larger group. I think that's fine. I think, yeah, absolutely. Because Chimere's battle on the night episode was against a whole bunch of Jedi, so it wasn't a single duel. Carbonites, every time I watch the episode, I try to find a way, and I just can't unless I fill it with Tuskens. And then they're talking about making a Carbonite set about the final duel between Obi-Wan and Maul. By the way, I might have to, speaking of Carbonites, he's been throwing out, he's got another set coming out soon, and he's been teasing it a lot. Yeah, and I might have to bring that. So where is he? There he is.
Is it Scruffy in the Hut Slayer outfit?
Oh, that would be.
I would pay for that. If you make Scruffy in the Hut Slayer outfit.
Hybrid Toys, Ben, Maul, Ezra, Dirty Chopper, and Two Tuscans kind of covers the whole episode. Get to work. Only Tuscans. Only yes with that. Oh, nice callback. Yes, Carbonites. Nice callback. Only Tuscans. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Longtime viewers and listeners know what he's talking about.
Oh, sorry, I'm blinding everybody.
Old Obi-Wan, Live Maul, Dead Maul, Campfire Taos, Campfire Bantha. This has turned into designing a Carbonite episode. And then unboxing another new set. Oh, yeah. We'll get to, I'll bring that up on screen for Vincent here in just a second. And then lit campfire, maybe bust a vein. Thanks a Delphi. Yeah, let me so Vincent, our buddy Carbonites, has been I gotta click the right buttons here. Busy on social. If you don't follow him on social, you should be, dude. His posts are great. He puts a lot of production into his posts, and it's worth it even just for that. But I guess an early collection corner. I'll show these in a couple weeks when I get them, but I ordered 2 more sets from Carbonites, by the way. But I did. All right. So this is what Vincent had up the other day. Carbonites that Saturday. So this Saturday he will be unleashing. So before this post, I think it was this one. So next category to unlock, The Empire Strikes Back, 1980 is the set. So of course, a lot of us were theorizing. He had made a comment about it being cold. So people were jumping on the Hoth idea. I threw out either Hoth or Carbonite freezing. So then this was his next post. And with good old Lando and Boba. Boba, where's Boba? And then this is more, then he posted this more recently, and look at that detail on Boba. That
you mean the Flying Green Knight?
The Flying Green Knight, yes, thank you very much. And then today he posted this. So there's that picture, this picture, and this picture. So to me, that looks like we're getting a bounty hunter set. So, because that definitely looks like IG, Dengar, and Bosk. So,
Carbonite, you tease.
Yeah, no kidding, man. But yeah, definitely follow him because his production is just a ton of fun. Just the guy is mastering social media like he mastered collectibles. So definitely give that a follow. And he'll be back on the show soon. We'll have an announcement about that soon. But yeah, so check out Carbonites. Definitely go get his stuff. So yeah, unboxing, there's a new set coming out. And also unboxing, I don't know if you saw his post a couple days before that. He's switching over to a 3D printed core in his unit. So all of his pre-made wood block ones are on half price. That's where I picked up 2 more sets.
I know what I'm doing after the show.
Yeah. So if you go down on his page, let's see. You know what? Let's show it.
Are all the Darth Mauls half off?
Darth Maul. Yeah.
Rim shot.
It's only 1 block high, not 2. Right?
Sorry, dad jokes. Getting ahead of the game.
Right. Okay. So, actually, no, not that screen. We're gonna skip that screen and bring up his actual site. And because when you go to the Carbonite site, when you scroll down, here are the ones that are still with wood cores. So if you are looking to army build right now, now is your chance.
Look at all that. Holy moly.
Shiny Republic Troopers, 91st, 104th, 322nd, 41st, 181. And then some Republic Guard Troopers and separatist soldiers. I did not get any of those. I actually got, you know what? I'm getting old and don't remember what I ordered anymore. So I will be surprised when it shows up here in the mail. And, but yeah, go over to Carbonites and pick up those half off sets while they're still available, because obviously there is a limited. Yeah, so he says here we're almost all out of wood, 10 cases left. Awesome. Go clean them out. It's $7.50. You can't go wrong. So, and it's still $1 per case going to charity. So he's only pocketing $6.50 out of each case. Go pick them up. No excuses. So, yeah. So, we'll switch over into. We'll go switch over into collection corner, unless there's anything else you want to say about duels. I
have to say that I never had the original Kenner lightsaber, the inflatable tube that went on a flashlight, back in the 70s. I never had one.
I don't remember those.
I can't tell you how many lightsabers I own now. It's probably in the 30 to 35 range. But very few of them are those super expensive master replicas.
Here's the two that I picked up. So obviously Mando set, and it's got a red-eyed Jawa and Quill, and then another Mando set with Moff Gideon, a B2, little Mando Jr., and and a Death Watch trooper. So
excellent choices.
Yes, I mean, and I'm gonna 2 sets. I mean, come on. So, okay. So let's run back into, before we jump into collected corner. Here we go. As a trusted insider, this new case of Carbonites absolutely brings the heat. You're all going to love it. I do not doubt that. The Delphi Rangers bringing the customers in cold. Right? Unboxing, that would be an awesome set. Carbonates, love a good tease. Thanks, Jets. Absolutely. Hybrid, time for my first public announcement of this. By the way, I'm bringing back my Talking Toys with the Boys live streams, and Vincent is going to be a co-host, hopefully with a recurring Carbonate segment. Awesome.
Oh, yay.
Awesome. Definitely let us know, and let us know when you guys go live, and we'll definitely pump you guys up too. Definitely promote you. We'll get hooked up on social, and I'll post you guys on there for sure. Hybrid Toys, our first one together, will be next week. Let's see. Exciting times at Hybrid. I'm pumped. Hope to see you guys in the chat. Absolutely. Too bad I'm too old to be a boy. Delphi Rangers. We need to get you on a Delphi. You're my first pick for a guest. Absolutely right. Yeah. Invitation's already sent from us. Just saying. Been working on that one. So for sure. Unboxing. Just placed my order. There we go. Right on. Speaking of cleaning house, Unboxing just did it. That is simply remarkable and beyond grateful. Awesome.
Whoa!
Woo! Nice. Unboxing, you're the man.
Yeah.
So, and then, here we go. Hybrid Toy reviews. So next Wednesday, 8:00 Eastern is the plan. Awesome. Just YouTube, or are you doing other things like we do? YouTube, X, and Facebook. Which, by the way, I forgot to post that we are live. But yeah, collection corner. DB, why don't you
cue the music? I gotta reach my box.
Actually, I don't, because the last time we played that, we got banned in Russia and Belarus. So
that's right, we lost half our audience.
We did. So I don't want to get that strike again.
Well, this is kind of sad to show, because I have one little thing.
That's what she said. Sorry.
I have a second little thing.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
Nope. I ordered a 3 3/4 Stormtrooper. I got it for $5. I don't know, from Amazon or something, but it's been opened and repackaged. But that's okay, because I'm going to reopen this and make it part.
Nice.
There's never too many stormtroopers for dioramas,
Mm-hmm.
and I am making a ton of dioramas right now.
Right on.
That is all I have for Collection Corner.
All
But I
right.
have some things arriving in the mail tomorrow, so maybe we'll be showing those off next week.
Nice. You're welcome, Vincent. Absolutely. We love our friends, and we love pumping up everybody in this community. And you guys have been so awesome in the chat. We love our chat. We love everybody that jumps in week after week. We just make this a party, and it's awesome. Never enough Rivas for dioramas too.
Oh, we're going back to that.
But yeah, Collector Steve, aka Unboxing.
Wait a minute.
Definitely the guy of the show.
I could army build Rivas.
Mm-hmm.
We could have a whole J.J. Abrams, alternate universe like Star Trek, where instead of cloning Jango Fett, they just clone Rivas.
Absolutely.
Let me look into that, gents. Let me look into that.
Alrighty. Okay. So
what do you got?
So just a couple quick things. So Scruffy for my birthday gave me a bunch of patches, that Mandalorian theme patches. So of course I had to buy a couple get out bags to actually put the patches on, or bug out bags. But which I've shown on previous episodes, but I added another patch to the collection, which I thought was a lot of fun. Sons of Mandalore.
Cool.
Yeah, I thought that was fun. So that's going to be going on the bag here. And then the only other thing that I picked up, and what did I do with? Here we go. So I had to grab a couple things from Myers on the way home tonight, and from work, and they had. I happened to go past the clearance section, and they had these on.
Oh boy!
I don't know what they are, honestly. They're little dioramas, displays, and there's mystery. I guess you don't know which one you're getting, and so I thought, I picked up two, and I thought we'd open one. Right.
Oh, we're gonna do a live unboxing. While unboxing is watching.
Exactly right. Live won't be as good as one of his videos.
No, his videos are good.
And definitely check out unboxing. Check out his library of stuff. So, but yeah, so a little bit of plastic, a little bit of tissue paper, and then still you got to take more off to see, because it's a mystery scene. They had episode 1 theme, episode 3 theme, and they had Mando theme. So of course you know which one I got.
My Little Pony.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It looks like there's this little back card to it. I don't know. That was in there, and I, just because it's a Doorables brand, I thought I'd get out my safety scissors, and that's because obviously I am not the age demographic for this. But for $4, it was worth it to throw it in the cart. And that was all. Oh, wow. And then it looks like it's in a sleeve on top of it. Man, this is like...
It's like a Russian nesting doll. You're going to get down there, there's going to be like an acorn or something.
Right? And there it is. So, we've got a Luke with Grogu. That's fun. And we got a very sad Din. And we've got an R2. And there's a little helmet stuck right on the base. So I'm guessing that you just this is gonna go probably somehow you got to fit this back here, right? And then you set up your little guys inside there, and you've got your own little diorama.
So these are pre-made dioramas, kind of like what Unboxing had on recently.
Yeah, but they've been out a little bit longer than those other ones that he did the video on.
I've seen these, in the stores, and I've never really paid attention to them because I'm an adult. I don't buy toys. Come on.
Right? And and of course I bought 2 because for $4.50 a piece. We'll see if the other one is themed the same way. Because you're supposed to get and it is. So 2 of the same one. That's what you get. And yeah, so there we go. The other thing that I wanted to mention for Collection Corner was I finally got my shipping notice. Not my Tivas, but I got my shipping notice that my Tivas are on the way. And
hey, reminder, I've had mine for like 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway. So expected by Tuesday, September 9th. So I'm still like a week and a half away.
Hey, that's my mother's birthday.
Right on. And hopefully they get here by the 9th because oh no. I'll have to have one of the kids come over. We're heading downstate that day because I fly out the next day for the birthday trip with my wife. Definitely don't want those sitting out.
Are you going to Cedar Point?
No, but I don't want those sitting out because I know at least 2 people in the chat right now know my address because they've sent me things. And so I am not. No, you know what? I didn't say September 9th. It's been delayed. It's going to be October 1st. And I'm not getting them now for some reason. So do not come porch rob me of my 5 Tivas that we have, because we're going to be doing some Tiva giveaways come this Christmas. So yeah, right. Yep. Time to rob Brown Leader. Here we go. May as well share with the rest of us then. So let's see. Going back to the comments really quick. Maya, welcome to the show. And then I made a video on some of the doorables. Yes, you did actually unboxing. And then a Delphi Ranger Brown Leader suspiciously close to a brony. And then unboxing I Buy Toys, too many toys. Right on. A Delphi Moff Gideon's Light Cruiser elevator is really neat. And then what's your home address, social security, and 3 numbers on the back of your credit card? Right. So yeah, there we go. That's Collection Corner. We have a new segment for anyone. What?
Sitting in for Scruffy, I have to say.
Oh.
He bought a bunch of comic books. He went in for 2 and came home with 12. Okay, yeah. Moving on.
Right, moving on. So anybody that follows us on X or Twitter might have seen a post I did the other day. I'm working on a new segment, mini segment for the show. I got the exact response out of Scruffy I thought I would get, which was a pretty much straight hell no. And but since he's not on tonight, I thought that we could feature that a little bit before we
do it.
Before we do our patent pending Star Wars Dad Joke of the Week. So for those of you that follow, let me find his name here. Why am I not finding him in the...
Should I do a song and dance in the meantime?
Right.
Seen that video going around of the live band actually playing the Max Rebo band? Max Rebo and Zeiss Noodles. And
no, I don't know if I have.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. It's not Locked in Neck. It's whatever was in the revamped edition with the digital James Brown. I don't even know. Anyway, somebody did that live and they did it really well.
Oh, Mark Anthony Austin. So for those of you that follow Mark Anthony Austin on social, he did a post recently, and it was the Andor poster done in a Simpsons style animation, and it had Flanders in the role of Andor, and the name of the show being Anders or Flanders. And so it really got me thinking. So for those of you that outside of the show, One of the things that Scruffy cannot stand is when I use Flander type sayings. So I'm limited to 2 per day when I'm around him, and Oakley Dokley, and he'll probably mysteriously, I'll probably get a text even though he's working going, that's 1. And I thought when I saw that poster, I'm like, you know what? I've got to do it. So I went to AI. That was my other use of AI this week. And I recreated, I had AI recreate some of Cassian Andor's lines from Andor in the voice of Ned Flanders, or do a Ned Flanders version of the same line. And it did not disappoint. And so for tonight's, the original line was, I've been in this fight since I was 6 years old. We all know that line, right? The Ned Flanders version is, well, gosh diddly-osh, neighborino. I've been fighting the good rebel fight since I was a wee little 6-year-old sprout, don't you know? Sorry. I gotta, you know what? I should work on my Flanders voice. If I can do that, that'll make this better. But when Scruffy listens back to this, he is gonna be mad. But well, gosh diddly-osh, neighborino. I love that. They find uses of AI in our society today. So unboxing, Scruffy needs to hear that. Yes, he does. So all right, we're gonna start wrapping up the show. Thank you everybody that's been in the chat tonight. Truly appreciate it. I am going to start this. Dad joke of the week. Time to annoy Scruffy and DB. Dad joke of the week. All right, Star Wars dad joke of the week, courtesy of Star Wars Dad Jokes by Kelly Knox. And the joke this week is I'm gonna have to read that comment now in a second. How does Darth Vader keep his Star Destroyer warm?
I don't know. How does Darth Vader keep his Star Destroyer warm?
With a space heater.
That was Dad Joke of the Week. Now don't you feel absolutely complete?
All right, Star Wars Dad Joke of the Week. So
terrible.
Yes, absolutely. So Delphi Rangers called us out. Wait, Scruffy isn't here and we didn't have a single Trek reference?
Look, I figured I irritated enough with my roller coaster 120 miles straight up comparison to his driving. I thought I had already irritated him with that.
Right.
So I didn't make any Trek references. But you know, since you brought it up, Adelphi, we've been talking lightsaber duels tonight, right? And there's a great episode of Star Trek The Next Generation where Picard says, it is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. And I think about that when I think about lightsaber duels.
There we go.
So there's your Trek reference tied into Star Wars.
Right on. Oh, and you know what? Yes, Carbonites, you're absolutely right. We have not said it all episode. But who will remind us that Katie Sackhoff remembered Scruffy by name at ICCC? You know what? Actually, call out to Max Rebo. You know what you did on X the other day. Actually threw a Katie Sackhoff remembering Scruffy reference out on Twitter. Love you for that. Thank you. That was awesome.
We just figured everybody knew. So
yeah, you know. So it's time of that show. Just like Vincent is saying, smash that like button. If you don't, then Darth Vader is your father. Absolutely. This is Hyperspace Heroes. We broadcast weekly, 8 o'clock Eastern on Thursdays, X, Facebook, and YouTube. You can get a hold of us on any of our socials, X, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky. Email us at brownsquadron@gmail.com. You can find everything Brown Squadron and Hyperspace Heroes at our beacon site, beacons.ai/Brown Squadron. And yeah, just like Vincent said, yeah, smash that like button, follow us, put your notification bell thing on so that people can you get notified when we do videos. And if you don't like us, sneak onto somebody else's YouTube subscription and follow us and put the notifications on so they get the notifications that we're broadcasting weekly. So it all helps the algorithm. So definitely give it a thumbs up. We appreciate everybody that's been listening and watching. Thank you for everybody in the chat. You guys rock. It's always a ton of fun. And that's why we keep coming back on Thursday nights. That's half the reason we love this chat.
And now I have to program my phone to remember Wednesday night we have to watch Hybrid Toy Review.
That's right. Absolutely. So yeah. With that, DB, I'll see you probably tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to work tomorrow, so yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, same here. So, all right. This is Brown Leader signing off for the crew, and you have been listening and watching Hyperspace Heroes. That's no moon.
Oh, yeah, that's the